Let us talk about wrist and strings, how we can work with them. Okay, for example, let's just write how are you. Now this is our string. If we print our string here, obviously we're going to have our string how are you. Okay, now we may decide to use a built-in method which is called split to just see what is going on. So we may my wrist, because we are working with, we want to see how we can interchange between strings and wrist. So if we say my wrist equals to my string, and let's say dot split. Okay, now if we print this, let's say let's print our string and print our wrist. Let's see what we're going to have. So if we print here, as you can see that we have our string, but using the split method, we have changed our string into a wrist here. So by default, if we just use a split method, is that it checks for spaces between our strings. So this is our space, and here this is our space. So it checks between the space, and that's how the string is going to be formed. So you may decide to use, maybe let's put a comma here, and let us put a comma here. So if we just use a split here, if we save this here, we are going to have this string here, because by default it checks for spaces, and there are no spaces, just print a single our wrist here. So we may decide to use the delimiter here and put it a comma here. If we put a comma there, not a dot, we put a comma there. If we save this, we are going to have, yes, our string is separated into a wrist, and we may decide to change this wrist back into a string. So the best way to do this, to convert this wrist into a string, is using the join method. Let's say new underscore equals to, we have this space, and we use the dot join. So what we have to join here, we have to join my wrist. Okay, so if we print here, we have this, or how are you, why are they two here? Because print my string how are you, so we have to print statement here. So here let's print our wrist here. So we have a wrist here, and we have our original string here.